So lately I've been talking a lot about the Amazon Influencer Program because I think it's one of the best opportunities both in content and e-commerce right now. I've made videos on how to get to your first $1,000, with the Amazon Influencer Program a month relatively fast. And the easiest way to do that, pretty much anybody can do, is just record stuff around your house that you've already purchased from Amazon, record review videos on that, friends, family, stuff like that. We all have realistically hundreds, if not more, of products from Amazon. A lot of those are going to be potentially reviewable. And so you can make decent money and start earning recurring commissions every single month by simply recording those videos on those specific products, right? But what happens when you're out of those products, right? When you've exhausted all of those, what are some other ways to scale? And so this is the next video in that series of how to actually start scaling and the fastest way to get to multiple thousands a month by purchasing specific products on Amazon. All right. Now, I've made other videos on how to do this. This is one of the strategies that I use to scale my own Amazon influencer business, to get other products, to get access to them, to review them. And this specific approach is one of the most known approaches, but realistically, it's still one of the most effective. And that is because you're going after products that have a lot of sales currently. So you know that because they have a lot of sales, a lot of people are purchasing them right now. A lot of people are going to potentially look at your video, which means even if it's a super competitive product, if there's an opportunity to get a video in that product where it's reviewable, and I'll show you that here in a second when we run through the actual examples here, then you know that even if it's somewhat competitive, the amount of sales, because it's a mover or a shaker or a bestseller or whatever, is going to outweigh the potential competition, and you're still going to make a ton of money. Now, the only downside with this is that you do have to purchase these specific products ahead of time yourself, but the benefit of it is you're going to be earning recurring commission on a product that's selling a lot right now, but also it's a write-off on your business, so you don't have to pay it out of pocket. Personally, you can even potentially target things that you think are cool. So for example, if you have a kid, you can go after like kids toys and stuff like that. If you have a dog or an animal, you can go after dog food or dog toys or stuff like that, right? So you can still kind of utilize things and go after things that you could essentially use yourself, but it is a write-off on your business because your end goal is to review it and make money and make commission on it. So without talking too much, all we're going to do is we're going to go to the bestsellers tab, the new releases tab, or the movers and shakers tab, and we're going to find some good opportunities here for products to review where they are reviewable. There's an opportunity to still rank a review video on that actual listing, and there's a lot of sales, right? So those two things need to be true, right? They need to be reviewable, and there has to be an actual opportunity and rankable video for us to actually put on that listing. I will show you that here in a second. And they also need to be selling a ton. And the way that I make sure that they're selling a ton is by using a software called SellerSprite. SellerSprite is a phenomenal software. I've talked about it in so many other videos. You could use a software like Helium 10 or Jungle Scout or any of the other softwares just like it out there. However, if you compare SellerSprite to those other ones, the other ones cost an arm and a leg, and you don't get all the same stuff that comes with SellerSprite. I use SellerSprite for all my Amazon businesses, but especially Amazon Influencer Program and checking the sales velocity of products on a listing so I can be sure that they're selling, so that I can go after good products that aren't just able to put review videos on them, but are also going to have a lot of sales, so I'm going to make a lot of commission on them as well. If you'd like to try SellerSprite, it's the best way to scale your Amazon Influencer Program, the best software, to scale your Amazon Influencer Program, because it's relatively cheap compared to the other ones, so you're not handcuffing your business by spending a lot on expenses or software that's going to kind of handcuff your earning potential because you have expenses, so it's going to obviously cut into the profit that you're able to keep. You don't need to do that with a software like Jungle Scout or Helium 10. SellerSprite is stupidly cheap. It's just as good. It comes with a lot more functionality, and they even offer a free trial. So if you'd like to try it out completely free, first link in the description below. I know that's a long plug, but I genuinely believe in it. I think it's cheaper, and I use it myself. All right. So here we are, bestsellers. Let's just kind of go through some of these. Now, what we're looking for in the bestsellers tab is ones that are coming up a little bit more, because a little caveat here is like, if you look at some of these products right here, right? This one has, it's a cookbook. It's got 38,000 reviews. The potential that, a lot of other people haven't reviewed this when it has 38,000 reviews and put review videos on this, even if it's a good opportunity, is relatively slim, right? Because there's a lot of reviews on it. So a good sweet spot is to find something that's selling really well, obviously has a good opportunity to put a review video on it, but you can kind of shortcut that process when you're looking for these products by just going after ones that don't have as many reviews, but still have a decent amount. So like, for example, 4,000, 5,000, probably right around that kind of barrier where it's going to be somewhere competitive and something that might be a good opportunity. If you're looking at a product with 10,000, could it be? Sure. but the likelihood is probably a little bit slimmer than a product that has 500 reviews or 1,000 reviews, okay? That doesn't always mean it's a bad product. And again, you can still put videos on a listing that has more than 5 or 6 videos on it by making a new relevant video. But again, the opportunity is relatively slim and we're not sure about that. We want to go after something that we're sure about that's going to make us money, especially with right now with what we're doing here when we're actually spending our own money to purchase these things to get them so that we can review them, right? So let's look at this one right here, 932. We'll just open up a few of these and I'll go through the actual, my thought process here on what I think about them and whether or not they're good products or not. So the first thing that we're looking for is it a reviewable product, right? So you want to look on the listing right here to make sure that you can actually rank a video and it has more than one video for this example, but less than 6 so that we know it's still a good opportunity. Now, because this has 6 videos, that doesn't necessarily make it a bad product. We want to click into the videos and see where we're actually going to be able to put our video on it. So if we actually purchase this, it's going to go under videos for this product or customer review videos. If we don't, and somebody else gives us this product, for example, for a gift, or we go to our parents' house and review this product, then it could end up falling under videos for this product or related videos for this product, but it wouldn't be under customer review videos. So keep that in mind when you're actually looking at these specific slots and the openings, because just because it says it has 6 videos, that doesn't mean that if you don't click in it, it's a bad opportunity. You want to check where the videos are and who's actually reviewing them, because if you, for example, purchase this, it still would be a good opportunity because there's nobody else on this. There's only one other video on this under videos for this product, and there's 5 open slots because there's 6 open slots total in each one of those categories, right? So related videos right here, you could see 5 videos. It's more competitive, but right here with videos for this product, there's only 1, right? So we could actually purchase this. It might be a good opportunity if it's got a lot of sales. And so we're going to check historical trends and make sure. And as you can see, it's selling a lot right now, hence the fact why it's a bestseller. But if we go into daily units sold using, again, Seller Sprite, we can kind of extrapolate the numbers out and see all the historical data for this listing so we can be sure that it's actually a good buy before we go ahead and purchase it ourselves to actually review it. So it's selling, just under 300 units a day, roughly, if we look at all the numbers here. Sometimes it gets over 300, so it's selling a ton. And if we purchase this roughly for, what is that, $23, $24, we could review this and then potentially earn a ton of commissions going forward. But we don't want to just purchase any old product. We want to actually make sure that it's selling a ton and it's reviewable. So this might be a product that I actually purchased. And just to give you examples, like I have a dog. She's sitting right behind me right now. You can't see her. She's laying on the ground sleeping. But if I were going to do this myself and actually look for specific products that I could use, I might go into like dog toys under bestsellers. So I'm in bestsellers right now. Maybe I'm going to go into pet supplies because that's something that I could use anyway, even after I'm done reviewing it. And I can even potentially resell it on somewhere like Mercari, Facebook Marketplace, Poshmark, or any number of other places if I wanted to make more money on the back end later after I reviewed it, okay? So I would just look in here because obviously this fits me. I have a dog, but realistically, like if you're into sports, you could look into sports equipment. You get the picture, all right? So this is a perfect example right here, $6 for this pet toy. There's a ton of videos on it, so let's check them. So again, even though there's 7 videos on this, so if we were a customer for this, obviously there's a ton of videos here. We probably wouldn't want to avoid it. So this actually looking at is probably a product that we don't want to go after. And you can see that right now because I didn't even notice there's 31,000 reviews on this. 82,000, we want to avoid that. 41,000. 247,000, we are going to avoid all of those. There's a ton here in pet supplies. So let's find something where it's a little bit less competitive and see if we can find a good opportunity to buy a product and review it and potentially rank that review on that product listing and make a ton of commissions going forward on a product that, again, we know is selling a ton. All these are super competitive. All right, so here's 3 of the least competitive ones. This looks like an extremely competitive category, but again, that's probably because there's a ton of sales. This one has 4,000 ratings, review video wise. With the blink, there is an opportunity. So if we purchase this from our account, there's only one other customer review video. It doesn't look like there's a thumbnail on it. It looks 23 seconds long. We could easily make a better video than this person. And again, under videos for this product, there's only one as well. So this is actually a good opportunity of a product to buy. What is this thing? It looks like a pet camera, so you can watch your pet while you're not there. Pretty cool, actually. This might be a good product, assuming that it's actually selling. So let's check historical trends to make sure that it's selling. Again, this is Seller Sprite. First link in the description if you want to try it completely free. 134,000 sales a month. What are the daily units if we extrapolate that out? About 4,000 a month. So it's selling a ton. So this is a great opportunity for a product to review. If we bought this, obviously for $39, we could use it ourselves, or we could even resell it on, on other sites like Mercari, Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, or wherever afterwards. You could even resell this back on Amazon if you have an Amazon seller account, but you'd have to sell it under used like new. You couldn't sell it as new, so keep that in mind as well. You can't return it. I don't recommend. A lot of people think that you can get around with like just buying these products and then returning them. Wouldn't recommend that. Amazon's going to catch on to that eventually, so that's not the right way to approach it, and it could end up leading to your account getting suspended, either your Amazon influencer account, but more realistically, probably your Amazon Prime account. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. But you can obviously resell these products or just keep them if you think they're cool and obviously something you can use. So this is a good opportunity for a product. What about this one? Almost 4,000. There are review videos on it. There's 4 slots here under videos for this product. So again, 2 opportunities to put a video there. And customer review videos, it's actually pretty saturated. So again, we wouldn't want to buy this one. It's too saturated. This one, 6 videos, 7,500 ratings. Videos for this product, there's only 1 of them. So this would be a good product to potentially purchase that we could rank a video right there. Again, this is just 20 seconds long. So we could potentially rank a video there and make some good commissions if we made a good one. But is it selling? Let's check historical trends. It is selling a ton monthly. Daily units sold, about 1,600, 1,700. So this is selling a ton. If we could rank a video on this listing, it would probably make a lot of money. So this would be another good opportunity. Again, for $49, you could have dog food to give your dog already. It's a write-off on your business, and you could potentially earn recurring commission on this on a listing that we know is selling a ton and also has a rankable, reviewable product slot for us to make a video on. So this is just another way that you can scale the Amazon Influencer Program and what works for me. Like I said, Seller Sprite is linked in the description if you do want to try it completely free below. As always, the Amazon Influencer Program course is also linked in the description if you want to learn how to do this yourself. But this is just what works for me, so I really hope it helps.